In previous episodes of Air Sports News, we've shown you plenty of amazing FPV drone footage, but we haven't shown you any crashes. So on the grand final of this season, we have something spectacular. Into the exploding lava fountain of Iceland's newest volcano in the Geldingalir Valley. Joey Helms described the crash as part of his hobby, and in an effort to get a unique vantage point and perspective into the crater, he flew this remarkably capable drone as close to the lava river and caldera as possible. Wow! I'm Regan Tetlow, and here we are, Air Sports News' last episode of the 6th season. And what an adventure it has been for all of our team. So much news, videos, and a huge amount of special guest interviews. And we don't want to stop, oh no, so we'll see what's going on right now in our world of aviation. We're just a few days before a huge acro paragliding event in Italy. Aero Max 21 will start on the 6th of June in the beautiful Libero Friuli region in Italy. Aero Max is part of the Aerobatic World Tour and, together with the World Paragliding Aerobatic Championship, represents the maximum expression of this discipline. It is officially recognised by the FAI and pilots who take part in these comps to hold the best world ranking and face a selection to be the top 50 best pilots. The event is hosted in the wonderful scenery of Lago di Tre Comuni. In the unforgettable and aerial duets will take place with breathtaking manoeuvres at the limit of physics, where accelerations and gravity seem to blend to the talent and creativity of these guys. The event will end on the 8th of June, and right after it, the 3rd FEI World Paragliding Aerobatic Championships will start. We'll bring you all the latest news from both events in the next episodes. We've just received a brand new unofficial world record for the unnamed air vehicle duration of flight, which took place in China. The UAV aircraft, called the Fengru 3100 of the Beihang University team, took off on the 18th of May and successfully landed more than 3 days later. The flight took place in Zhujiang, Henan, China, and the total time of the non-stop flight was 80 hours, 46 minutes and 35 seconds. The actual status is a preliminary world record claim. Congratulations! The World Championship Air Race has commissioned CSM Sport and Entertainment to develop WCAR's commercial proposition and global go-to-market strategy. The global integrated marketing agency will use its international industry expertise to support the WCAR team. The series is scheduled to debut in the first quarter of 22. The World Championship Air Race brings back to the planet's fastest 3D motorsport in an exciting series of downtown events. Approved by the FAI, it is committed to innovation, sustainability and education, providing the best testing ground for green aviation and the future of air mobility. My first special guest this week is the owner of the Ranch Pro Shop, and he's been there since 2002. He's also an FAI master parachute rigger and a skydiver with over 7,000 jumps in his still active career. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one, the only, Sonic. And I can't get to the States. The border's closed. I can't come and see you guys. So
yeah, it's the time of the year. You know, season's kicking in. Memorial Day, is really when the season kicks off. So hopefully it's going to be a good summer. It's got to be better than last year.
Sonic, the Ranch Pro Shop. You've been there, what, 2002, was it? You started that?
Yep. We're in our 19th year of the Pro Shop. Yeah. Every time I say it, it's like, what? May 2002 is when we started, me and my wife, Donna. Yeah. And here we are, 19 years later.
And so you're open now, you're in the shop. Somebody could walk in now and say, Sonic, I need help with this.
Exactly. But they're coming in a panic. I need a closing loop.
If somebody breaks their closing loop on a pack job, do you fine them?
Do I find them?
We used to, in Ampuria, if somebody broke a closing loop during a pack job, I would ground them for the day.
Oh, for letting it go get that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you. That's a good point. That'll be a lesson to be learned, huh?
Yeah. And I've got to ask you, where did the name Sonic come from?
So again, me and my brother started here at the ranch, and there was this one instructor, Hank Bungay. So Hank was a little bit taller than us, and then he was a little bit, bigger than us. And after a couple levels at AFF, the other instructors were like, "You guys need to jump with Hank. You guys are too big." And typical night at the bonfire, having some beers, everybody hanging out. And Hank was like, "Yeah, they were right. You guys fall fast. You guys fall at sonic speed. You're the Sonic Brothers."
And the whole interview with Sonic is now available on the Air Sports Promotion YouTube channel. Weight 77 kilograms, wingspan 4.5 meters, turbine 62 kilograms of thrust. It's the characteristics of a brand new, gigantic radio controlled model of the Albatros jet aircraft presented 3 days ago in Germany. And it was shown with his twin brother. Massive and heavy models in the Breitling jet team liveries performed some close formation flights with aerobatic elements which are extremely difficult to control from the ground without FPV view. Weight of a single aircraft is similar to that of an average human body, which demands a special permission to perform flights like this. The cost of a single aircraft is approximately $100,000. A navigation timing error sent NASA's Mars helicopter into a lurching ride in its first problem since it took to the Martian skies last month. The experimental helicopter, named Ingenuity, managed to land safely after the problem occurred, officials at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory said on Thursday. The trouble cropped up about a minute into the helicopter's sixth test flight on Saturday at an altitude of 33 feet. One of the numerous pictures taken on board by the onboard navigational cameras did not register in the system, which caused confusing and bad images for the craft about its location. Ingenuity began tilting back and forth by as much as 20 degrees and suffered power consumption spikes, according to Howard Grip, the helicopter's chief pilot. Suit up, swing out and score cash. GoPro's $20 million Challenge Award recipient Justin Ziltz blasted his way to $17,857 with the opening hyper smooth heater captured on the GoPro Hero 9 Black and Max. Take a look.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
So before I introduce my second special guest, let's have a look at his latest video right now, straight from the highest building on the planet. He started jumping in '96 and so far he's made more than 16,000 jumps. He's originally from Spain, but now his home drop zone is Skydive Dubai. He's a professional skydiving coach, a performance designs factory team member, Flight 1 canopy control coach, and a special projects coordinator at Skydive Dubai. Let's catch up with the one and the only Pablo Hernandez.
I've never been to the top of the Burj.
Never been to the top of the Burj?
No.
Yeah, I think if you're a skydiver and you jump from planes, from 12,000 feet, it's not really worth it to pay a ticket to go to the top, and see the height.
Yeah.
But if you have been to Dubai and you have seen the building from the bottom of it, it's just massive. It's incredible, right? That human beings have built that stuff, that kind of huge, massive building. It's just insane.
Did you? How did you learn? Did you get coaching at the time? Was there anybody looking after you, or were you just working it out for yourself?
No, I got a really good mentor at the beginning. A really good coach. a UK fella called Brian Vasher, British guy, who just showed up one day at our skydiving center in Spain, Lido. He came there and he stayed for 1 week running some canopy piloting courses. So he was teaching us how to fly parachutes. I did a course with him and I saw him landing full speed a few times and I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. And then at the end of the week, you know, Brian was gonna leave and he told me, hey Pablo, I'm gonna compete at the World Cup. So this conversation was in August, you know?
Right.
He told me, on one of the dinners at night, the last night, he told me, I'm gonna go to the World Cup and compete. When is that? February. In February, so 6 months down the road, you know? And I told him, I'm going with you.
Yeah.
I'm
Was
going
that-
with you.
Was that South Africa, was it?
No. Lake Wales, Florida, 2005, February 2005.
And this is a time of
And I told him,
King of Swoop as well. This is around the same years of the King of Swoop.
yeah. One of the first, I think the second King of Swoop was in summer 2005.
Yeah.
So my first World Cup was February 2005.
Yeah. So that's what you're doing now. You're in charge of special projects. So it could be anything. You could open an email one day and they want you to, I don't know, do anything. It could be something that completely we'd never thought of before.
Yeah, man, it's a very interesting job. So I have been doing that now for the last 3 years.
Yes.
So I'm basically just coordinating special projects. Could be demonstrations, exhibition jumps, could be TV commercials.
Yes.
Could be a simple social media marketing campaign for a small brand, you know, for a local small brand, and we shoot some skydiving scenes, skydiving, you know, shots for their commercial brand.
And if you want to know more from Pablo, please visit our YouTube channel right after the show. 2 days ago, Alberto Cerrone released fresh footage from the Italian high-performance soaring training camp. Take a look on this finest selection of astonishing views of the Alps through the ridges and flying so beautifully. Enjoy. Tucker Gott is an American paramotor pilot who always tries to land in some unusual spots. This time he landed nearby a donut shop to take a few away on his flight back home.
Boston creams and non-Boston creams.
It's been a long time since I had one of these. This is my dinner.
Healthiest dinner ever. You want another one?
Oh, I think I'm good.
All right, I think it's about time for our Hero of the Week section. Art School is a pioneer documentary from 1968, directed by Bill Rice. This is the first ever documentary produced for television that was shot in 16mm film. It features early use of outboard cameras on the aircraft with some great aerobatic aerial footage. Today, with all the sport action cameras like the GoPro or the Sony Action, we can record stunning scenes in such an easy way. And according to that, we're admiring this movie for a hard job of mounting heavy cameras on the fast aerobatic airplanes. What a feat for 1968. On the 29th of May 1951, Pan American World Airways Captain Charles Blair Jr. flew a modified Mustang aircraft called Excalibur III from Norway to Alaska via the North Pole. He flew the 3,260 miles non-stop in 10 hours and 27 minutes. He crossed the North Pole at an altitude of 22,000 feet. On the 30th of May 1912, Wilbur Wright, co-inventor with his brother Orville of the Wright Flyer, the first powered, controllable, heavier-than-air vehicle, died at his family home in Dayton, Ohio. He died of typhoid fever. His father wrote, "This morning Wilbur passed away, aged 45 years, a short life full of consequences, an unfailing intellect, imperpetual temper, great self-reliance and a great modesty. Seeing the right clearly, pursuing it steadfastly, he lived and he died. On the 31st of May 1955, test pilot Jacqueline Aurore flew the Dassault Mystère 4 to an FEI world record for speed over a 15 to 25 straight course in France. Her average speed of 1,151 kilometers per hour, which is 0.904 Mach, broke the previous record, which had been set 2 years earlier by her friend Jacqueline Cochran. On the 31st of May 1928, Captain Charles Edward Kingsford Smith, with his 3 companions, took off from Oakland Field on the San Francisco Bay. Aboard Southern Cross, a Fokker F-7 3-engine monoplane. Their immediate destination was Wheeler Field, Honolulu, territory of Hawaii, and from there to Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, via Swivla on the island of Viti Levu in Fiji Island. This is it, the final episode of the 6th season of Air Sports News. And once again, it's been an absolute privilege for me and all the team behind the scenes to bring you the latest and most interesting news from our favourite world. But will we see you again? Of course we will. We'll see you back here next week with the start of Season 7. But before that, we want to leave you literally in the clouds, together with paragliding pilot Vladimir Kozovalev. I'll see you next week, but stay safe. Keep your eyes on the skies.